Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson. In this crypto report, we're talking about Pulse X, the new project from Richard Hart. But first, make sure you subscribe to your favorite channel on YouTube, Darnell Jackson Crypto. Shout out to all the subscribers. Okay, I'm going to jump right to the tweet. Richard Hart on his Twitter at Richard Hart Win made the announcement, the long anticipated announcement that his new project, Pulse X, will be going live via the sacrifice. This tweet reads, the Pulse X sacrifice is creating a set of people that believe freedom of movement and assembly are protected human rights. And he says to sacrifice to prove you believe, you can sacrifice to this Ethereum address. Now, this is similar to what was done with his last project, Pulse Chain. Now, I will admit I did participate in that sacrifice. You can get information about it at pulsechain.com. Now, this sacrifice is over. People have contributed funds in order to receive tokens from this new cryptocurrency. But the project has not went live yet. This is why I'm making this video, because we need to discuss this. What are you doing? Are you going to participate in this next sacrifice, being that we haven't received the tokens from the last sacrifice? All right. It's got the information on how to do the sacrifice. Essentially, you send funds on your MetaMask wallet to this Ethereum address. And once the project goes live, you'll get a certain amount of Pulse X tokens. And the earlier you get involved, the more tokens you get, right? Well, how do you know what you'll get if you haven't received anything from the last sacrifice? That's my first reaction to this. I sent out a tweet and I said, I retweeted Richard's tweet, and I asked the Hex Nation if they were in, and I found one person that replied that he was. He said he made his sacrifice already, and he said he'll be making another one on Friday. Now, this is the internet, so you know you have to believe it. But I want you to post in the comments on your opinion about this project. This is being hailed as the biggest airdrop in history. He's talking about 10,000% returns projected. And so let's jump over to Richard Hart and hear what he has to say a little bit about this project.
They're very, very the real sacrifice earlier. So the sites, they're very, very close to done, and they're, mostly tested, so they can go up very soon. But the difference between a dare and not could save some people. So I figured, why not release this address earlier? It's easy, and as long as you confirm it across a bunch of channels,
he's talking about,
it's also safe. So enjoy your sacrificing, supporting freedom of movement and freedom.
Okay, now I think in this video he's talking about
E72, lowercase a 5, lowercase e, capital D, etc., etc., etc. Ethereum address is valid for sacrifice. It's just to help people that are in a rush get their sacrifices in before the end of the year if they've got other things going on, or if they're worried that the ETH price might go down and they want their sacrifice value to be higher.
So
And
this is why he released the sacrifice information the way he did.
the more people that sacrifice to the legitimate address now, the less people that can get scammed by all the scam websites and scam imposters and scam direct message senators and scam fake live streams, you name it. The longer those things are around, the more they victimize people, the better it is to get them into the real sacrifice early.
Now,
so
I'm going to show some video here in a second
and they're
where he was answering some questions.
tested, so they can go up very soon. But the difference,
and he was actually getting grilled a little bit by a very popular YouTuber, Meet Kevin over here. So I want to play a part of the interview where he was getting a little bit uncomfortable right now. So I want to play this right here. I want you to check this out.
Let's not care about the circulating supply.
Sure.
That 10%. I want to know about that 90% that's allocated but not circulating.
Sure.
Who has that?
nobody knows. But it's not that many addresses.
Who has the uncirculated? Let's back that up a little bit here. One more time. He's asking about who's got this giant bulk of tokens.
Let's not care about the circulating supply.
Sure.
That 10%. I want to know about that 90% that's allocated but not circulating.
Sure.
Who has that?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
But
knows.
it's not that many addresses.
But it could be you.
Sure, could be anybody. Could be you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, maybe we might have an easy explanation for this. CoinGecko has your security audit at 63% as of October 23rd.
What does that mean? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's
So
hope-
we actually have multiple audits. So we got a chain security audit that was done, but it's under NDA, so we can't release it. And we got an audit from CoinFabric as well, out of Argentina.
Why?
So we got questions about the audit, and so this is one of the things we gotta be very curious about these questions, because what we want to do, we don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're trusting. We're supposed to be verifying. Remember, this is crypto. This is
Why would an
Sparta.
audit be under NDA?
Well, until you finish paying for them. So it works like this. You have to educate the auditor because they're not actually good at their jobs. Now, I hate to say that because I've got to go start looking for some more auditors for some more contracts soon.
This kind of gives me a red flag type of vibe. When being pressed about why he hasn't paid for the NDAA, he starts insulting the auditors. They don't do their job. It's like, hold on, man. Now I'm already waiting on my tokens, right? I'm trying to not make an issue out of that. And I can't deny that this is the type of thing that people do when they kind of get behind. They want to come out with another project before they finish the first project. It's kind of like you hire a contractor and he wants to get going on a new part, a new phase, instead of finishing the older parts of the project. Now, Richard Hart got his fame off of HEX. If you go to Etherscan, you can see that HEX is the number 3 token here, even though it doesn't show up at number 3 or even in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. So what I wanted to do was start this conversation with you and see where you're going to move. Are you going to take advantage of this airdrop, or are you going to pass? I noticed since the first post chain, all of a sudden, Richard started hardcore showing off with the Louis Vuitton, with all the watches. Now, I'm sure he's had this stuff in the past, but it seemed to me that the showing off accelerated after he had the sacrifice money. All right, I'm just going to speak to you straight up. And then, so it's now you got the sacrifice money, so you're showing off looking like a rapper, but we don't have our tokens. And instead of giving us our tokens, you're giving us another chain that we can sacrifice into. This is my initial reactions for this. Post in the comments your reactions. Will you participate in the Pulse X? If I had to make a decision right this second, I don't know how I could justify it. I don't know how I could justify it. It sounds interesting, and I definitely would have jumped in. But how do we know he's not just flipping the money from the other project to make this one seem, it's just the audit questions. I'm very much not getting the warm and fuzzy vibe. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking this video. If you didn't like this video, watch all these other videos and share this video with someone who will like this video. Until next time, peace.